All right, so what I have here is a plan for schools that's going to revolutionize education. So here's what it is. This is just one section of the school that we would be making. Okay, so this is a 3x3 grid with teachers around the outside, students in the inside. We're using bulletproof glass to keep the students safe with sound holes in the walls so that they can hear what their teachers are saying. Now, why would we design a school like this? Well, there's a few reasons. I'm going to start with the most obvious reason, that our students would be safer in a school like this, okay? The bulletproof glass is going to prevent anyone from harming the students that shouldn't be, We're only going to allow students to move between rooms during transition times, and otherwise the doors will be shut. That's going to keep everyone safer, and it's going to prevent people from exploiting going to the bathroom. And we're going to compensate for this by allowing for longer breaks or longer transition times. So if students need to go during those transition times, that's when they're going to go. Now another reason is this is actually going to help improve the focus of students. Okay? When they're all in the center and their teachers are on the outside, they have to focus on their specific teacher. I think students nowadays, a lot of times, they're just not focused. Like, a teacher will have gone over something in class, but the students just don't remember it on the test. And the teacher doesn't understand why. Well, I think a huge part of that is the focus of students today. It's just not great. And also, cell phones, all that is really, they're distracted on that very often. So this is going to help improve their focus and train that focus by requiring them to listen to just their teacher, and they have to tune everything else out. They'll also have many eyes on them, so it's very difficult to cheat, to just pull the phone out, randomly. This will improve focus greatly. Now, there's some things to consider when we're thinking about building this. This would be extremely expensive to build. The amount of bulletproof glass that we need is a little ridiculous. But in the future, we look at this as a long-term project, not short-term. This is how we revolutionize education. This is how we change it for the better. Now, the reason I put this together, and the reason I'm talking about it now instead of later when we actually have the finances to do this, is because we can kind of do a smaller version of this that's going to cost much less money. And we can do this outside, basically, on the field. On any field, really, near the school. So what we do is we put a 3x3 grid, relatively large. We're going to put that somewhere outside, right? All the students will go to the middle of that grid, and we'll have teachers on the outside. Now, it would have to be on a nice day so that they can teach outside without rain and stuff like that, but this is basically what we're going for. Another advantage to this is teachers will have a ton of space, right? So the students they have less space than normal, but I don't think students need as much space as we normally give them. I think the teacher really needs more space to do what they want to, and this is going to allow them to bring many props to the classroom, move around more, and just make the whole experience more visual to show students what's happening and what they need to learn. So that's going to be great for, improving the speed that the students are learning. So what we're doing, we're putting this grid outside. We would only do one of these outside, and we could rotate all the students of the school through it, maybe throughout a few days, right? So we do about 50 students at a time. And because there's only 9 teachers, it would just be too complicated for those to be normal classes. So it could be something like a 21st century learning conference, something like that, like those kinds of classes. That's what we would put outside here. And I think that would be a lot of fun. Now, long term, I would want to turn this into a school, into a public school. So there's a few things that we need to consider when we're turning this into a school. If you have 500 students, each one of these is going to take about 50. You're going to need 10 of them, okay? So what we're going to do, how we get 10 of them, we're going to put them in a 3x3 grid. So it's a 3x3 grid of 3x3 grids, right? So there would be 9 3x3 grids. That's not enough. We need one more. You just put that on one of the edges. There's also a few other things that we need. We need bathrooms, so that those can't be glass. So we'd put that on the outside. You'd have a cafeteria. That could be mostly glass, but there obviously needs to be cooking equipment. We're not going to try to make that glass. Then you need a gym. So yeah, that's what else you need when you're trying to make this into a school. Right. So again, the reason we're doing this, making the school, students are going to be safer, they're going to learn to focus better, and they're going to learn faster with their teachers having that extra space and being able to move around more, bring more props to the classroom, just help it be more visual. That's going to conclude my presentation. Thanks so much for listening and looking at this diagram of the school. And yeah, that's it. Bye.